Hey guys, Rob here. Our review got damaged, so I have to record it off of the computer and it's gonna look like crap, but it's the only way I could bring it to you without having to do it all over again. So bear with the crap this week. Check out this review. Hey guys.
Hey.
Woo! I'm tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
We haven't done a review in a while because of a lot of crap going on.
Yeah, it's been about a month.
Yeah, there's a lot of crap.
We're back.
Yeah, back. So tonight, we have,
Harry Potter Part 2.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Those.
The theater was nuts. We saw the
theater,
1202 show, and there was 16 shows sold out.
And the 2 at 3 o'clock that I believe were sold out. Or were about to be sold out.
Yeah.
A
So,
lot of people.
yeah, we bought our tickets weeks ahead of time, so,
we were prepared.
we were prepared indeed. It was, directed by
David Yates.
David Yates, who directed the last, what, 3?
Some from 5 on.
5 on, Order of the Phoenix on. This one picks up literally where Part 1 left off. Yes, where Part 1 left off.
At Dolby's grave.
At Dopey's grave. And I don't know how to jump into this movie. If you read the books...
Very, very entertaining.
It is the most entertaining of the entire 8-movie series, I would have to say.
Yes.
There is the most action that happens in any of them.
And by far the darkest.
And by far the darkest, as in theme, blood,
Yeah,
deaths,
blood. There's actually blood in
all
this
kinds
one,
of
yeah.
stuff. Not saying it's like it's dark, but it doesn't get super dark. What's it rated? Like PG-13?
It's PG-13.
Yeah, it doesn't get super dark. It's only going to get as dark as, you know,
PG-13.
a PG-13 movie can get. But in comparison to, like, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone,
yeah.
not even in the same ballpark. And when we were watching, I actually said something to you where I was like, looking, because we rewatched the first 7 or whatever before watching
in
this.
preparation.
Looking at the first, like, couple films, and this one, like, the cinematography-wise, and the actual, like, I don't know, I guess they were shooting film 10 years ago because the first one came out in 2001.
Yeah.
And this one was just, like, everything was crisp and, like, beautiful looking. Like,
Yeah,
high definition.
the
water scenes when I turned to you.
I was just like,
it's like,
wow.
wow, everything looks amazing. And we saw it in 3D, and honestly, you don't need to see it in 3D.
It didn't do it.
I don't think I even realized it was in 3D.
I don't think
At the end, I was like, why do I have glasses on? Do I wear glasses now? And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 3D.
Yeah, nothing was in 3D.
No. Waste of money.
Yeah, don't see it in
3D, not the movie.
But
see the movie.
yeah, the movie. So you know, it picks up where the first one, or the first part 7, part 1, started.
Pretty much gets to the...
Just gets right into it and right into the action. I was looking at my watch not because I was bored, but I was confused of how like it jumped right into action, and I was like, okay, I know the book, so there's not that much is gonna happen, but we still had like an hour and like 20 minutes to go.
Worked.
It worked. No, it never drags at any point.
No.
At least I don't think. There's a couple of weird moments.
It's only 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
It's like the shortest of all of it, and it feels the shortest of all of them.
It's a normal movie. It's not like, oh, Harry Potter, like...
And acting-wise, I almost feel like it's a Harry Potter run movie. I mean, they all are. But this one, like, I didn't feel like there wasn't hardly...
Like, Ron and Hermione,
they weren't in it that much, it didn't
they're
feel
just in the background. Yeah, by the end, like, when he was, like, just standing there, I was just like, this has all been him.
Yeah, like, the 7 part 1 was just the trio and the inner workings of the group and all that. In this one, it was just like... It's Harry. Yeah. You know,
And Daniel Radcliff does
There's
a
a
really
couple
good
of,
job.
you know, people that return cameo-wise. I don't want to say it in case you didn't read the books.
Some stuff goes on with some Snape.
Yes, some stuff goes on with some Snape. Overall, though, as a film, like, I read the books. The last one I read...
You make it sound like I didn't read the books.
Well, yeah, I
did. Like, I read the books.
I wasn't saying...
I read the books.
Did I say I read the books and he didn't?
I'll make the shoes. It's the way you said it, you implied it.
No, I was implying to the audience. Shut up. It's late.
I read the books as well.
Alright. I was saying, just so you guys know, not so you, I read the books, and the last one I read was probably about 3 years ago. So my mind's not super fresh on what happened. But as far as, like, a single movie goes, it was very entertaining. It's probably one of the most entertaining of the entire series, and it's a decent film. As far as an 8-movie series goes, and this being the conclusion, the climax of the 8-movie series, I don't really think it worked. And I just think, like, maybe if I watched part 1 directly into part 2, this would have felt like a complete movie. But this did just feel like the ending of a movie, but at the same time, it was very anticlimactic. Not saying there's not a lot of action and stuff going on, but I just felt like there was deaths of major characters that were happening off screen. They changed some things in the books where, like, ending battles are supposed to happen in front of mass amounts of people, and there's supposed to be, like, a big climactic, like, hurrah about it. But instead it was very, like, it was just Harry. And I felt at the end of the movie, it was like, Harry did something, and nobody was there to go, like, good job, Harry.
You did it.
It was just, it was very like I said, I don't want to make it sound like it was bad. It just, it felt lackluster.
It has the David Yates anticlimacticism.
Ism, yeah.
Whatever. Every movie he's directed has had, I've felt, even at the end of 6 didn't strike me as well as it should have. The end of 5 didn't. The end, 7 part 1 I didn't consider because it's not the end.
Yeah.
It's only halfway. But the end of all of his movies haven't had the same punch as the end of 3
I know
and 4.
6 I was extremely disappointed
3 and 4 both I was just
because
like,
there's
whoa.
no battle at the end.
Yeah.
And 7, yeah, like you said, it's a 2-parter, so I was expecting everything to be in this one. Like I said, it's not bad. I'm not bad-mouthing the film. I just think as an anybody who is dedicated enough, like I have been for the past 10 years, to see every single one of these movies, I kind of wanted something epic. I wanted something like, I don't know, I read the books and all, and I know they're not extremely epic. I wanted something to punch me in the face and just be like, wow, that was worth 8 movies. 8 movies, like that's, movie theater-wise, you know, $10, minimum $10 a ticket being, like, average-wise over 10 years. I spent $80.
I do feel like 7 part 1 and 7 part 2 would play together as one.
Yeah.
And I would like to watch them that way. I mean, it'd be like 4.5 hours, but I think.
Well, why not? You watch the extended edition of, like, Lord of the Rings. Why not?
Yeah.
So overall, out of 5, I would give this maybe a 4.
I give it a 4. Yes.
Like, very, very entertaining, very good. It definitely satisfied the fans that were in the audience. There was some lines that they threw in from the book that I knew they threw in on purpose because people would cheer for it.
Yes.
And there's still, like, I still wish there was a little bit more backstory and all, and, like, they put items in there, like, the items that they're searching for, and we disagree about this, but they don't say what the items are and their significance.
They're Horcruxes.
Okay, well, we know they're Horcruxes, but they don't say what the item is and why it's a Horcrux. Because if you guys, you should know by now if you're watching this, that they're searching in Part 2 for Horcruxes, which are where Voldemort puts his soul, right? So he puts them in important items to him. So at one point they get a goblet, and they're just like, okay, let's kill this goblet because it's a Horcrux. And I know, because I read the book, that it's a Hufflepuff goblet. It's important because of the Hufflepuff Master. That's his symbol. That's his goblet. But the audience is just like, what's the deal with this random goblet? Because they get it in a room of like 1,000 goblets.
I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I can just be like, well, it's a movie, that's a Horcrux, that's all the audience needs to know.
You're pretending the audience is stupid and doesn't care.
Most audiences are.
I just think it's not that hard to throw in one piece of dialogue going,
Transformers
that's the Hufflepuff Cup.
That's important. $50 million. Do not tell me audiences are not stupid.
The Transformers is not. It's based off an 80s cartoon series. This is based off at least a series of books that have details. You could have done an Energon cube in Transformers and people would have been like, oh! Plus, look at the series. Transformers might be making a lot of money and all, but it's stupid. Don't get me wrong, it's entertaining and all, but, like, it's stupid. At least this has a coherent plot, and it's not just Shia LaBeouf with a lightning bolt on his head, you know, going after Megatron.
But that was Megatron.
Stupefy! Stupefy! Energon cube.
I see your argument, and I do partly agree with you, but at the same time, I just, whatever.
Alright, don't get me wrong, like I said, So this is the Harry Potter review. We have a lot of summer movies that we haven't reviewed because, like I said, and
they'll
I
be here soon.
A lot of been going on, but we'll bring it to you in a longer video, and we're just gonna go through. We got things to review like Green Lantern.
That's as far back as we need to go.
And the newest one we watched is Friends with Benefits.
Saw that,
which was
it was good. It was good.
We'll talk about it later. But we wanted to bring
I liked it.
Harry Potter. Yeah, Friends with Benefits was good. Struck a little close to home though. It taught you that when two people have problems, they need to talk to work them out, not run away from them and pretend like nothing can ever be worked out.
And if Woody Harrelson is your gay best friend, all is well.
Yeah. He takes a ferry, or won't take a ferry, unless it's in...
To a dinner and a show.
To a dinner and a show. Or something. So, we'll talk about it later. But until next time, this is me, Harry Potter.
This is me, Swordsman.
That thing always coming out. Avada Kedavra!
Da!